to Miss Best Reviews channel. Good morning if you're on the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. We are here to go over This is Polly, Season 1, Episode 2. This was titled What Happens at the Strip Club. And I might get this out, you guys. I might start doing this as a pre-record. It's just easier for me to record it after I watch it and get it out to you sooner. So just be on the lookout for that. But we do have James here to help us recap this week from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Welcome in, James, and good morning, afternoon.
Good morning. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm going to be off camera for a little bit until I figure out my lag situation. But I am here, and I'm happy to be here. This show is interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Also, look into that audio situation as well. You sound very, almost like you're underwater, but we can hear you. But shout out to all of our new subscribers. We have made it to 864. I appreciate all of the support. It really does warm my tiny little heart. I will have a lot of scripted shows coming. I will be also covering the Michael Jackson documentary that is currently on Netflix. I have a request from Mrs. AKA for another documentary review, so I will be getting that out to you guys. And then Raising Kanan is back June 12th. So if you are a fan of the Power universe, I will also be doing that show. So I'm going to be making a lot of changes to my channel so I can keep content out there, but I appreciate all the support. But let's get into the hot mess express that is ratchet that we call This is Polly. My goodness. It is good morning, Miss Kira Speaks, or good afternoon. I keep forgetting it's morning for me and it's not for y'all. Y'all go tap into Miss Kira Speaks. She also covers a lot of shows. And I'm always catching Miss Kira in a panel, which I enjoy. And happy belated birthday. She's a Gemini. We will support all Geminis, okay? We are misunderstood. But these poly people stress me out. They just stress me out. We're going to start this episode with Cammie, Trent, and Nita. The black hair stresses me out on these clear people. It does. All right, melanin redacted. We'll call them that. But
not melanin redacted.
It sounds nicer than colorless or clear. At least in my brain it does. At least in my brain it does. But yeah, these poly people are a lot. Their hair is stressing me out because when I look at Nita's face with them eyebrows and everything she has going on, I look at her and I see like a client that might be assigned to my caseload at work. But then her hair, like, don't get me wrong, the braids are beautiful. It's just weird that they are on her. I don't know what the hell Cammie is doing with her hair. It's giving 1985 swinger, but they are the most normal of this cast.
Yes.
I would say that they are doing polyamory, right? So there's a thing that's like, it's called ethical lack of monogamy or something. I guess there's like all sorts of terminologies and stuff about polyamory. I had no clue. I didn't have a clue, but I guess they would be considered an example of a couple that is ethical in avoiding monogamy.
I mean, are they avoiding a monogamy based on?
No, unethical. No, they're an ethical lack of monogamy.
Okay, there we go. I was like, wait.
That's how it is supposed to be looked at. But it made me think, as someone who is monogamous, like, for all you Negroes out there that's cheating and all you nasty 304s cheating, it's unethical. You've agreed to be in a monogamous relationship. You have options. If polyamory is out here, it makes you wonder, why do people get into relationships just to cheat? If there are relationships you can enter where you're allowed to do so. I don't understand it. I don't. But Cammie and Nita have their kids around. The older ones. They have a son who's married. Listen, shout out to the wife. Okay, that would be me. If I met my husband's family and they were into poly and stuff, she's just...
You're just looking around, just being quiet, not saying anything.
Because you got to wonder, what if like 30 years down the road, the son decides to start thinking like his mama? And then you got this lifestyle that you never were accustomed to that he wants. They were the ones, though, the son and his wife, I guess, were the ones that took a while to warm up to the idea of it. And it's not because people are judgmental. I feel like certain communities or people that do stuff that like a lot of people in society would be against, like to complain and make it seem like other people or regular people are just not accepting, when the reality of it is, your family's religious on both sides. It sounds like Trent's family is more religious than hers. We know we know Nita's family is missing in action by her eyebrows, but I mean, their family is super religious. They seem to be somewhat understanding of who will accept them and who won't accept them. However, I just think it's weird to have your kids involved. One of the daughters was against it as well. She says she was very into church at the time. And the other daughter, she reminds me of someone who would be in that cult that was in Waco. It was also made into a video game called Far Cry 5. Shout out to my gamers. The Xbox showcase is happening, so I know y'all are not watching me right now. But they just give creepy. But they have a pool party with hella foam that Amina wondered who's going to clean that shit up. And if they celebrated their coming out, I guess. I didn't know we threw parties for this now, but hey, celebrate yourself. And they announced that they're going to have a recommitment ceremony and invited the people there. I don't know what to do with this. Miss Kira, thank you for the education. She said Kofi Serbo is into ethical non-monogamy, so I've heard of it. Yeah, it's an actual term. I was surprised, and there are a lot of people living the lifestyle of polyamory in a way that does seem less problematic than all of the people on this show, which is to be expected because it's on TV, but people live their life this way. They do it with dignity. They find a way to do it ethically. Those are the people I don't judge. Now, I ain't seen nobody dying in old age with poly because, I'm just saying, it doesn't seem to last long, but there are people doing it right. Yes, there are people doing it right. But how'd you feel about Cammie Trent and Nita? They didn't really give us.
They didn't give us much, but my thing is this: I don't feel like they needed to do this. I felt like y'all could have just lived your lives and just, if people question, hell, say she the maid or something. But for y'all to sit up there and throw a whole coming out party, and then we understand Cammie's position in this. She doesn't even want to really just be attached to something she just agreed to. It's like, what's the point of this? And then y'all knew y'all family wasn't gonna come and support this. Like y'all knew
Thank
they were not
you.
gonna come and support this. So I don't understand why y'all even wanted to do this. I think this was like a test of faith kind of situation where they were like, okay, whoever's gonna support us, they're gonna be here. Well, what happens if someone had a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment? I don't know what day of the week y'all threw this on. So it's like, what
Or
happens to
what if
those
the
people?
person didn't want to be on TV?
Right.
There's that's a good point to bring up because they were making it seem like the family just didn't support them solely because of their religion. I'm all for respecting people's religious beliefs. Don't just say that they're not supporting something because of religion when, like James said, you're telling them last minute. You just get sent out a Facebook message. You ain't giving people time to process before you throw in a pool party.
Right.
Like, relax, take your time. They do rush us. I did see, though, the Love After Lockup fandom was not happy that they were on one episode of it. They were like, okay, is this what Love After Lockup going to start becoming? But I don't think, I get why they put Cammie and them on Love After Lockup, but they didn't need to do that. They could have just promote the show, but I digress. Ms. Kira Speaks said they talked about it on Harlem. You got to follow the rules, though. Couldn't be.
To me, it's realistically, it's giving up a part of your autonomy, anatomy, and then also sensibility of mindset when you agree to do something like this. This is why I couldn't do it personally, is because I feel like I would not have complete control of myself, and then things have to be standard to rule to what seems to, unless they show us somewhere later, but it seems like this only benefits one person in a lot of these situations.
Honestly, in every situation I've seen, it seems like there's one person benefiting. And the
Yes.
line between what could be considered a sexual cult and polyamory, from what we've seen in this show, because I don't want to attack people living their life a different way. offline. But from what we're seeing on this show, the line between polyamory and sex cult is very, very thin and almost
Yes.
blurred. Very thin and almost blurred. It bothers me. It bothers me heavily. Hi,
Hi,
Courtney.
Courtney. I said order your candle. Sorry, love. I am going to do that by the end of this week.
It's fast. Just DM her. I will be DMing you whenever these colorless people send me my paycheck for another one. They need to come on. Uh, but yeah, polyamory is weird. Cam, Trent, and Nita, I don't trust that situation. James is right. It seems like this situation serves Nita and Cammy more. It's weird. I don't get it. Maybe Cammy just likes the attention because she said her husband doesn't really give her. Well, it sounds like the husband was working and he was happy in the relationship, and it sounds like Nita wanted Cammy, but Cammy don't want to have sex with her like that. It's a weird situation, but we'll see what
It's
happens with them.
it's given he doesn't know how to sexually please her. And I
No,
feel
I
like
think he does because they were married for so long, but I think she might have got to a point where she was like bored and wanted to like try something new. I don't think it has to do with sexual because she says that Nita, she doesn't want to like eat the box. She doesn't want to do much. She gets things done to her unless it's her husband. So I feel like it's an attention thing.
okay, I could kind of see that too.
Yeah, if they like, if she was having sex with Cammy and Nita, if they were like eating each other's boxes, it's so weird to even say this on the internet, my lord. But
Face in the place.
if they were eating each other's boxes, if it like both mutually putting in the same efforts in the bedroom, I would feel differently. But it seemed like
It's
from
just
what they
something
said, it's not.
about Cammy just feels calculated. It
Look at
just
her hair.
does. No, I get that hair in addition to the calculation. Yeah, something about her just feels calculated to me. And I can't put my finger on it just yet because we're just getting to know them. But I'm seeing calculated motive somewhere in this.
Yeah. Because if the sex isn't all of that and you're not interested in the sex, there's definitely another motive. Hello, Kiwan JTV. Kiwan covers this show as well as Love After Lockup. She joined us for our live yesterday as well. Tap into her channel. Tap in, tap in, tap in. I appreciate you, Kiwan. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Kiwan.
you. The link to all of these creators' channels is in the description of this video. Click it, it'll take you straight there. As well as there's a bunch of other creators. I can't remember who all I put in there, but there's a bunch of Black people in there. Click them. We're going to get into the Yahweh crew. Yahweh Crystal Mama is about to yank her children. They about to be Yah her way. Because my God, I don't blame her. I don't think it's responsible to raise kids in this environment. I don't think it's responsible to have so many kids. Just because you can afford the grocery bill doesn't mean that you should keep adding to the grocery bill fee. These people are all voraciously disrespectful, unethical. They're not doing polyamory right. I can promise you they are not. And they're making a fool of themselves. They're adding confirmation to people's biases that they have that are negative about polyamory. Like I have zero respect for the Yahwehs because I see a bunch of delusional hoes that settle. And then I see a man that really ain't all of that. Pretty much, it just seems like Yahweh Poetic lacks discipline. And so that's why he wants to have all these women. He lacks discipline. He wants to feel control. But they're having a gender reveal because the original wife, the one he actually married to, Yahweh Dabash, she is 44 years old and pregnant. To be 44 years old in this bullshit is crazy. I feel like women should get smarter with age, but we know that that doesn't always happen. But at 34, I would not have the patience to deal with a situation like this as it relates to love. I'm the type of bitch, I'd rather be alone. And maybe that's why I've been blessed to have a good partner, because before him, my friends wanted to hook me up with this person, that person. No, I'd rather be alone if you're not going to treat me right. And I wish these women would think this way, especially at 44 years old, pregnant by a nigga whose income is probably minuscule compared to the other four that his women have. Like, I have no respect
I
for
think
him.
that's the biggest problem I have with this situation is I always thought in the world of polygamy and situation where you have multiple wives that you have to be able to afford all of them. Not everybody's money go into one pot.
Well, it's supposed to traditionally be that way if you're going off of it based on how the Browns did it on Sister Wives. They were a part of Mormonism that still acknowledged having multiple wives, but Cody, for the most part, was the main breadwinner. You had two of the wives that worked, and then two of them didn't. So there was some type of order. It doesn't seem like this guy's doing much, but that's polygamy. He ain't even really married to all these women. It's just poly. Like, these are just girlfriends. So
Yeah, no, that's why. Yeah,
it's one of those things where I'm looking at them even stupider, because we have to remember polyamory and polygamy are two different things. But I guess either way, you can't legally marry multiple people.
you can't legally. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I say in my mindset, like my first thought, if I'm getting into a situation where I have to be in there with several other people, I'm thinking you need to be able to afford me and all of these people because I shouldn't have to give you shit if I'm coming into your life. Like that's how I'm looking. Y'all, he can't just be the only person benefiting from this. I would need to benefit too. Like there's just like there's no way.
I don't understand the benefit whatsoever.
Me either. That's why I'm like something
Good
got to get
afternoon,
look. Something.
Shandy.
Hi,
Welcome
Shani.
in, welcome in, welcome in. It is the first live of the day. James will have
Yes.
lives on his channel. After this one, he has a bunch of lives. So tap in, and let's help James let's encourage him to see life outside of OWN. We want more shows that are not
We want
OWN.
more shows.
Please.
Okay, well then
Please.
here's the thing, y'all.
That are not
we
OWN. Try something new. What they say, come out the box, circle and square.
Come out the box, come out the circle.
The square
Yeah,
and
I'm trying. Yeah, let's hope that by midway of this year, we're here. Let's hope. I'm open to this one because this one was actually very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean on your channel. So we could have, because Love and Marriage Huntsville is going away. I'm not coming back. We need you to replace as something good. Good morning, Mrs. Egg. Good afternoon. I'm forgetting afternoon. It is the afternoon for you guys. I have to remember. I tried to watch this last night. I only got 10 minutes in and fell asleep. Shani, my good twin, you did not miss much. I feel like with some of these couples, it's going to be the same song and dance episode after episode. And then at the ending, they'll make some announcement of what they're going to do. That's what it's giving thus far. Courtney said, try something new. Y'all, a fight for my life with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Also, your channel will grow more the more shows you cover. Like that Calabasas something show I cover. The young people, I don't even like the show, but it's working.
Okay.
It's good for content. Lord help us. But the Yahweh crew, they having a gender reveal for a baby. She looked very pregnant. I feel like she's known the gender, but I guess they did this for the show. So they go to some public park in Florida, which let me know, like, you put a pregnant woman and a bunch of kids in the Florida heat and humidity. But okay. All right. But he's going to have another little girl. I was disappointed because I don't feel like any of these people should be raising daughters. I just don't. I just really do not think that. You're going to raise a little girl to think that it's normal to have a husband that fucks on you, as well as 3 of the sister wives that fuck on you, and you're going to be raising they kids and financially responsible for they kids. And you got to contribute your money that you work for to other people. Like, I don't understand it, y'all. I do not understand it. But they are definitely giving cult, Courtney. They are definitely giving cult. Like, if you look into psychology and what we define a cult as, they are literally checking every single box from how it starts and develops and all of that. They are so creepy. And I think that's why Yahweh Crystal's mama want to come get them babies, because this shit is not natural.
It's not natural. And I would think as a man, would you want your daughters to really be in something like this? Like,
he doesn't care, because as a man, I feel like he feels power on one, getting to put his tillywhacker in all of these heifers' snatches, but then he also feels power probably for the fact that he could tell them what to do, make them give up their checks. Like, he's gross. He's really gross, but he's happy he's having a daughter. It's always somebody that don't need a daughter having a daughter, like in my personal life that I know. And like, it seems like on TV, like, my God. And the same thing with sons, but it's creepy as hell. Yahweh Maddie, who is the one that's a little feistier, who is resisting hard. She is resisting this lifestyle. She feels away because she is the only Yahweh wife that does not have a baby with Poetic. Jasmine, who's the freak of the clan, I call her the freak of the clan because my husband said, you got to know that this bitch is nasty and probably fucking on everybody when she got a gap tooth on her bottom row of teeth. I said, shout out to Mr. Oh So Best. I didn't notice it. I looked. Now, you know what they say about girls with gaps. Don't count them out, okay? But she has one at the bottom. The bottom teeth. My God. And it drives me crazy. And it's a lot of space between them two teeth. Okay? It's a lot of space between them two teeth. You can't say I'm lying.
I say you lying, but when she came on screen, that was the first thing I was trying to pay attention to.
I wasn't really
I
paying
came with
attention
y'all.
to it until my husband. All I heard, the fuck going on, baby girl? I'm thinking, what? Something wrong with me? I got a booger. He looking at he said, look at her mouth. I said, she probably be whispering through it. I don't care, whispering.
Stop.
She
Stop,
probably
stop,
do.
Stop. I'm not going to do this.
We from the Bay Area. We have very dark sense of humor. We laugh at everything. We laugh at each other. We clown each other and the world. I'm sorry. But that lady on the bottom teeth, I've never seen anything like it.
She just seems very, you know who she reminds me of? And I know y'all started watching From. She is giving me Fatima. I am sorry. She is
We mad at her right now. I'm so
we
sorry.
are mad at her. We are very mad at her. But I'm sorry. She is giving me first season Fatima from. She is giving, you know how Fatima was free spirited, kissing on the women, kissing on Ellis. It was kind of like, yes, she's giving me Fatima. I'm sorry, she is.
Shout out to everybody who watches From. Happy From Sunday. We get a new episode today.
I cannot wait.
I hope. But I will say about Yahweh Jasmine, she was kind, and I think she really do view all of these women as her women as well. She came and checked on her. She was also supportive. So Yahweh Maddie has some fertility issues. She does have a child of her own already, a beautiful daughter, but it sounds like she wants to have a daughter with Poetic. Not quite sure why, but that's what she wants. It's given she feels left out. Listen, it might be something wrong with her ovaries, the way she's explaining it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with her. She's had a child before. She looks healthy. Upon just looking at her neck and all of that, it don't look like she got an overactive thyroid or any like things that we could just see that would cause her to not have a baby. I know that I'm not trying to be religious, but I know it's Sunday, but I feel like what's meant for us, God will make available to us. Okay. There is a reason you are not able to get pregnant by this man. It is not a bad thing. Embrace
count your blessings, baby. Yeah, please count your blessings, baby, because it could always be worse.
Preach.
It could always be worse. And let me tell you, I would okay, thank God, because this is one step further. You have no ties.
You could just
just walk away and not have no ties and actually go get you somebody who can actually be for you, because you are a very beautiful woman. So you can go and get you somebody. So maybe count your blessings and act like you have the advantage, because the rest of them have to be tied to him.
They're stuck.
You don't.
If they try to leave, they're stuck. And do you really want your kid being like, yeah, I got 18 other siblings? Like, please.
Right. I already feel bad for the baby you do have there. Because she looked like she old enough to.
She older. She was looking around because she's at that age. Or teenagers. My mama has never made the best choices dating. When I turned, I believe it was like 10 or 11, I start figuring out, okay, this nigga ain't shit. That nigga ain't shit.
Right.
The 2 and then carry the decimal. That one ain't shit. Kids are not dumb. People like to think our kids are dumb. They
got all these baby kids all over the place. She didn't want to hold one of them. She didn't want.
She was looking around.
She was looking around like, is this really my life, Mama? Really, this is my life? That's exactly how that baby was looking. She's like, God damn, I can't believe I'm at this
from
part.
New York. I know she calling her friends at PS, whatever. Like, girl, I can't wait. This some country shit.
Where is my daddy at? Where my actual daddy at? Because I can't go live with him. I gotta be here, all these damn kids.
Oh, Courtney said, I agree. I'm down with the poly life, but they are cringe. That's the thing. I think a lot of poly people feel people won't accept them, but it's poly people like the ones on this show. The ones doing the
Right.
extra shit who are making it seem like it's more something for sex or to resolve cheating than actually being like a lifestyle choice they want. But these people are cringe. Nature Boy 2.0. This is the truth. That's all I could think about was Nature Boy. Ugh, he grosses me out. Thank you to y'all for the support. I had so many views on that documentary. Thank y'all. Not an idle situation to raise. It's
It's
not.
not. It's not.
It's definitely
It's
not.
really, it makes me feel bad for the children because they're gonna come into life being very confused.
Yep. Having
That's just
unrealistic expectations out of a
of people
relationship.
because we're
Because the
not.
ones that go toward poly, they gonna think the shit is normal. The ones that go towards normality are probably gonna have tainted thoughts and struggle to be monogamous based on
Yes.
their expectations of what they saw. It's a disaster.
Right.
So it's a big disaster. Not Mr. BS.
Child, he ain't all that cute to be doing all this for, but okay.
Good morning, Sandra. I appreciate you and welcome in. Welcome in. Not Mr. Best got me joked out. He is a rapper. I always say people who write will read you for filth. I be trying to get him on the camera sometimes to talk, but he's shy because he's like, I don't really know the backstories of all these people. He says it's a whole world for
Well, I
reality
mean, you
TV.
could have came on here and talked about the girl with the gap at the bottom of her teeth, and we still, I mean, like,
He won't do that. He
yeah, I
won't. He
know.
too respect. I be telling him, you too respectful of these bitches sometimes. You can respect women, but not the hoes. Whistle while you twerk. I'm telling you, she be whistling and going for the coochie. Madison is aggy as fuck to me. I can agree. I can agree. She said it, girl, see God in this. It's clear that Maddie doesn't want to be in this. I agree with Kiwan. She should be in a monogamous relationship.
So, do we think that maybe she thought she got in this? He would see her like he see the other one, like the
I really
Yahweh
think that
Crystal, and
I think she thought that the poly thing would be a way to get structure and avoid being cheated on. Because New York men are not for the weak, okay? They are not for the weak. Not for the weak at all. I would never date another man from New York. I just would not. But I feel like maybe she got tired of that, thought that polyamory would come with structure. This is giving she's someone that looked into like the ethical part of it and is now getting a different expectation. Because everything she complains about, if you listen to it, which we're going to get into in a second, but everything she complains about is one of their agreed upon rules. Like, why is Maddie getting to celebrate the anniversary? She said, when the rules are nobody celebrates individual anniversaries. Why is this person allowed to do this when the rule is you're not supposed to just be? So I think she thought it would be rule based, but this nigga's breaking the rules because he's trying to build a cult as quiet as it's kept. But Maddie, don't fight the resistance, girl. Run straight to New York. Don't catch a train. Don't just run. Just run.
because as we
She
said,
did
you
change
have no
her shit.
ties.
She sure did. I was looking at it and she gave us smiles. She gave us a whole face. My goodness. I'm here
Okay.
for it.
Yes.
I love a changed picture. I love a changed picture. I really do. But after they talk, I guess Yahweh Maddie is going to consider IVS because apparently they can handle the finances to see if they can. Y'all know your health insurance will cover IVF, even if you don't have kids. I did it. My insurance covered it. So I'm like, yes, it's expensive. You got to pay stuff, but you shouldn't have to pay for all of it unless you just don't have insurance. Also, y'all want to have so many kids to points where you're willing to look into fertility. The bar is in hell. But we later see Yahweh Poetic and Maddie go on a date because he says she been wanting some alone time with just the two of them. And he talks to her and she's still not satisfied. And he lets her know that he feels like there are times that he gives her what she wants and she's still not happy with what she gets, which is a way that men like to manipulate people. Because if you were giving her what she wanted and meeting her expectations consistently, then she wouldn't feel this way and it wouldn't be a topic. But you're obviously not meeting what she's telling you she needs or your own rules consistently, which is why she's upset. In traditional polyamory and polygamy, the man would be accountable and fix it. But instead, he kind of charted an argument and Maddie pushed back on him And he was kind of looking at her and trying to make it seem like she wanted to argue, but she came and showed us that New York. She said, I'm from New York. I ain't just gonna be quiet. I said, can we keep this, Maddie? What I gotta do? Bring you a big ass apple and a bagel to make you think of where you from? I gotta dress up like the Statue of Liberty, like I'm a Liberty Tax Service girl. What do we have to do to keep you in this energy? Because I don't understand why this lady is letting this man play with her. But then I saw that she is very insecure because she had the upper hand and she walked away and could have won the argument. But then when he was like, we don't got to be together, she turned around and started begging, basically. And it was the hardest thing for me to watch. I cannot stand when a woman begs a nigga for something, not to come at y'all all like inappropriately, but I can't fucking stand when a woman, especially a good woman, is groveling and begging a nigga that ain't shit. Okay? She is trying to, but you're not seeing, but what about, and we all wait, well, maybe this life ain't for you. Maybe it's not for her. But my thing also that I had a big question about, most of these people have entered polyamorous relationships with the agreement that you're okay with your man sleeping with other people. You're avoiding the monogamy to avoid you giving this bitch more attention. Why enter a polyamorous relationship just to argue over the next bitch? You could have done that outside of the poly relationship from New York.
Thank you.
In the
Thank
parking
you.
lot argue
This
over
makes no sense at all. None of this makes sense. None of this is like indefinite to anybody's character. Once again, Maddie, you have no ties. You have nothing. You can get your baby, get in your car, and go. He actually gave you an out. He gave you an out.
Take it.
You're not gonna get what you want. I'm sorry. I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to hurt your feelings or whatever this is about to do. He's never going to give you what you want. What you feel is exactly what's happening. He is giving Yahweh Crystal all the attention that she needs and desires, and that's because she's willing to, fight for it. She's willing to get in the ring and say, this is what I want. In order for you to get me, this is what I require. You should have came in there doing the same thing, but you didn't. You allowed him to pull the strings. This is what you get. So you can't. So in certain terms, I'm actually mad that she's mad at him for not giving her the attention and going against the rules. You don't know what their agreement was for Yahweh Crystal to get into the house. All of y'all agreed it could have been different for her.
And that's on him.
Yeah,
but I think the problem is he don't want to be accountable, and anything that comes on him, he's going to turn it into something else. And no shade, the women that he has, with the exception of Debosh, they all seem like they went through something that pushed them to this lifestyle, not like they were just naturally looking for it. I don't like how this guy moves. It grosses me out. Kiwan said Yahweh don't want to be responsible for the women. How he expect the women to be responsible for him? Because this is not polyamory. This is the beginning of a cult. Watch, we gonna have another documentary in like maybe I give it 15 years. The Yahwehs. Now, one man from a show on WeTV turned into a flock of bitches in delusion.
And having 32 babies like the man did on Iyanla Fix My Life, and all the women had to come on that TV show.
Years ago, there was a documentary on HBO, and they discussed polyamory, and it was much more realistic. These people, for the men specifically, I asked the question, can you really consider yourself that if one of your girls wants to bring in a man? If they say no, but expect their women to sleep with each other versus just to sleep with him, then I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit.
So one of these relationships, like there needs to be open boundaries on both sides. It can't just be.
Here's the
one.
thing: if you're I can't believe Cody Brown is about to get something positive from me. Sister wives. He slept with Janelle. He slept with Mary. He slept with Robin. He slept with Christine. They did not sleep with each other. They each all only slept with Cody. But the Yahwehs, they're each sleeping with Yahweh Poetic. And then Yahweh Jasmine and Maddie may get into bed together. Yahweh Maddie and Yahweh Crystal could get in bed together, it's given sex cult. If it was really polyamory in the heterosexual form, they wouldn't be doing all of this. This is given he just want a reason to fuck. And when he's not fucking one of them, he's probably turned on because one of them is fucking each other. Like, it's all for sex. They can try and make it seem different, but
Do you
it's
think
for
he
sex.
going out and getting other women too and sleeping and cheating on them?
Yes. He said when they asked him, he alluded that he has another wife when he was on that date with Yahweh Crystal last week. He was like, so, you know, if I bring another wife into it, how would you, like, he's dating other women.
Oh, I thought that was a hypothetical question. I didn't think that he was actually serious.
Fred, open up your discernment. This man, how you think he got the 4 he has now?
Hell,
He
I
has to
open,
go out
hell,
and
I
date.
open application and interview process.
Child. Either way, he dating other women, but it seems
Sure.
like they can't date other men, which puts one person in power, which makes it a cult, not
Yes.
a polyamorous
Right.
relationship. Good
Hey,
morning, Lord.
JP.
Good afternoon, JB. I hope you're having a good day. I'm not sure if you're covering this. I know you watch WeTV and stuff. I'm not sure if you're covering this as poly. If you do, please let me know. But yeah, not much happened with these people. They got in a fight. Go back to New York City, Maddie. It's okay.
Please.
It's not too late.
It's
Go.
not too late. Go.
Or stay in Florida and just don't live with him.
Yeah, just go 4 hours the other way and go to Miami and get you somebody because you are very beautiful. There's somebody out there that will definitely take you. Just be careful with that baby. That's all I'm
There are men
saying.
out there who like to have 2 girlfriends, but they can't have as many as him. Some men got their limits, so she be better not being with him. Marley and Bree, I'm still afraid. I be watching Marley and Bree like this through the cover.
As if it's the boogeyman, like she is.
They really do scare. She makes me nervous. I don't know. She make me nervous. Marley is given she'd eat my ass if I didn't want her to, and that worries me. That worries me.
You're afraid of Marley. I'm afraid of Bree.
No, see, the reason I'm not afraid of Bree, I could take her. I don't know about Marley. I don't know about Marley.
See, Bree can, like, no offense to Bree, because I'm sure she is a lovely lady, but Bree give me serial killer vibes. I don't know.
No, ain't no offense. You stick to your opinion and confidence. This bitch came on TV in a lace front as a stud with a checklist auditioning bitches like she wanted the niggas in the Players Club to dance next to Ronnie. Like, this has given all sorts of scheming and shady. And then when you really look at it, Bree was dating a married woman, took her from her husband, is pressuring her for a divorce. And at one point in this episode suggested that she headbutt one of her family members. Bree ain't shit. You keep your opinion. I believe you. I agree with it, actually. I think it's a thing.
But no, Bree, like, she rough around them edges. I was too afraid of Marley. Just her look is just.
Bree need to remember to put some shit on her lips when she smoke and to not just
be going and
the blunt. Puff from your finger, baby.
And you might be allergic to something you putting on because them lips are swollen. Yeah, you might be allergic to something and you ain't paying attention. Because them lips, I was looking at her. I said, "Oh, them lips, they are swollen. What is you doing?"
I just want her to take off the wig. You haven't watched this show. It's real ignorant, JB.
It is.
It's real ignorant. I didn't know what I was getting into covering it. And I'm going to be covering another WeTV show. They have another one coming about age differences.
And I can't wait for that one.
Yes. Oh, you want to join?
I do.
Okay. I didn't know if I think I texted you about it, but I don't remember. I've been texting you.
I say yes. I told you yes. Okay. I want to join that one because y'all know I love shit like that where there's a huge ass age difference.
I think sometimes it's good age differences, but it just depends on the person.
Like if we talk about Ashley Darby or a Kelsey or something like that, where there's obvious daddy issues there,
and a need for money.
And a need for money, yeah, that's where I call fuck and bullshit. But when we talk about like people who actually are mature enough and just like a Catherine McPhee, for example, because she stayed with an older man. And when you look at her, she don't got daddy issues. There's nothing. She just attracted to older men. So it's like, okay, well, this is normal.
That's fair. So, that's fair.
Yeah.
Bree with the bust down. You know, my one of my best friends, Latasha, shout out to her. She was in New Orleans with me for those who watch the vlog. She lives in the Las Vegas metropolitan area. She is super talented. Do y'all know that she just dreaded up because she says she's tired of wigs and braids and all of that? Her only reason is because it's too hot in that damn valley. She said it's too hot in the Vegas Valley. So every time I see Brie with the bust down, I just be like, I know your scalp is begging for some AC. But these two are interviewing another victim. I'm going to call them their next victim. Okay. It's giving hello, Clarice. That's what it's giving. Am I lying? That's why I was like, your serial killer thing was not far-fetched because it is given next victim. This is not how polyamory goes. If I show up to date somebody or somebody's and you have a motherfucking clipboard checking off shit, asking me questions and interviewing me like I need a job, no. They are in the basement of hell, as our good sis Kiwan JTV says. They literally have a check list, and I felt like these bitches are doing this for the camera and not really into poly. I feel like these are two women who are probably fucking on each other until this lady gets divorced. And I feel like if they stay together, they probably like threesomes. There's a difference between a couple that only deals with each other unless they're in a threesome and polyamory. That's what this is giving. Because I would expect a couple to have a checklist if they're looking to add someone to the bedroom, especially for like a fling type of situation, but not for polyamory. I don't know, but I just found it weird. They found a BBW woman. She was bent over twerking at Top Golf, and it looked like Marley really wanted to touch it. I said, y'all just enjoy sex. It's giving freaks, not poly. And that's okay too. But they sit this woman down and they just asked her a bunch of questions like, I didn't need to know. They asked her what's an expectation in the bedroom that she has to have and can't let go of. And this lady was confidently like, I like to get my ass ate. If you can't do that, what we doing?
It's like, whoa.
Oh
Okay. We
What's
just
that
gonna
song they play on the memes day after day?
it's like we just gonna jump straight to the deep end. We not even going to swim our way there. We just gonna jump straight first and hope we float.
I want to know who made eating ass possible, because I'm just going to be TMI. I've never eaten booty. I've never gotten my booty eaten.
Neither have I.
When did we start going near areas that fecal matter comes out of and put in our mouth and our faces? Do y'all understand where pink eye come from? Who be eating booty? Now, if you listen, America is also a country that's not heavy on bidets. And bidets are a wonderful thing, and we need to get into it. Now, if you have a bidet and you getting your booty eat, do you?
No, I need you to go through. I need you to go through the full process. I need you to fast for 24 hours. I need you to eat the fiber pills and the things that they have, and then once you get done with that, there's a detachable pole that you attach to your shower that cleanses you out. I need you to go through the full process. I'm sorry.
I don't even feel like. I know people have sex that way, but I don't feel like it's a place that we were meant to be using for pleasure. But
it's not. But that's just. I mean, but
I just want to know why we're proudly announcing it. Like, don't get me wrong. I like to have sex too. I just like eat the coochie, not the booty.
Well, I mean, some people.
Janae Aiko made that line in that song, and
everybody took it literally. Yep.
Everybody is taking it literally. Did it ever occur to y'all that she's a smaller woman and she may have just said that because all of it is in that same area? Nobody's telling y'all to really be eating ass, but you know what? They were moved by this young lady wanting her ass ate because Marley said in the confessional, I'm ready, I'm game, y'all, I'm hella stoked. You feel me? She said, I'm ready to take one cheek and have Bree take the other cheek, and we just the fuck.
Now,
let me say that I am afraid. I'm just
like, what?
Why are we doing this?
Why is this the process? Marley, where's your husband? Marley's husband, wherever you are, I need you to make an appearance. I need you to make an appearance on the show. Come get your wife. She still loves you. So come get your wife. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this is because of Bree or if Marley just got
I
turned
don't
down and
know.
became this
I
freak.
maybe Marley and her husband, because she said 17 years, maybe she just wanted to experience more. Be curious without this is a lot.
This is way overboard. This is way more than I'm willing to pay for. Like this is way more, man. Mr. Marley's husband, uh, come get your wife, please.
I just think of that movie Marley and Me, and now the name Marley reminds me of ass eating. That was a sad movie, Marley and Me
It
with
is.
Owen
Oh, you
Wilson.
bring up that
I
movie,
was in tears when that
child.
guy died. I've not
That's
cried.
something you don't show children ever in life.
That was the saddest. I remember my mama called me once. She was on a flight and that was the free movie. And she called me from the plane's Wi-Fi and was like, I was like, are you all right? What's wrong with you? My mama said, Lavina, everybody on this flight is crying. Don't laugh at me. I said, what? And she told me she was crying over the movie Marley and Me. I said, you called me from the sky to tell, because she said the whole plane was crying, put it on speakerphone. I did hear Snip, that whole plane was in tears.
Why would they do that?
Badass movie.
It is, and I watched it as a kid. Okay, so there's three movies that traumatized me: Marley and Me, Fox and the Hound, and there was one more that I cannot think of off the top of my head. But Fox and the Hound traumatized me as a kid.
Not the Fox and the Hound. I can't.
Yes.
But Marley, I'm sorry, y'all. I just thought of that movie. Sad movie, cute dog. Shout out to Owen Wilson. But I guess the interview went well. Before I move forward, how did you feel about their interview of this ladies whose bootay they want to eat?
I have a few things. One, she looked like she just wanted to be on TV. That was the first thing.
Yep.
Two, it just felt very predatory. Like, why does this have to be the first initial meetup that y'all? Why can't it just be something that y'all just gradually do over time? Get to know somebody, be friends. It's like we're skipping a whole bunch of steps. Like, and this is because y'all are, once again, we're talking sex party versus a polyamorous relationship. I thought that's what they were doing. I did not know that we just jump into sex right away within the first couple of hours. Because if I'm on a date with somebody and we immediately talking about sex in the first couple of hours, I'm 9 out of 10 going to leave the date and leave that person right where they are because I'm wanting to get into a relationship. So I'm still thinking in my mind, these people want a relationship regardless of it being polyamorous or not. They still want a relationship.
They're just calling nasty shit, Polly. I actually did not feel bad for them, Q1, at all. At all. I could see how people could feel bad for Bree and Marley, especially Bree. I didn't feel bad for at all. Marley, no. I almost did, but then after seeing how she handled the talk, which we're going to get into, I did not feel bad. Trick Daddy talked about, I just swing my legs in the air, sir. But Marley meets with a family friend. This is someone she grew up with, who is basically like a sister to her. Her family's not willing to meet with her. Her family is not willing to deal with her because of this polyamorous relationship. Marley kind of made it seem like her family just turned their back on her because of this. But her friend offered context. She said, it's not the fact that you're in this lifestyle. It's where you're picking up women at and how you're displaying it. Which, if she is living her life the way she is shown us on camera with her family, don't come to my fucking house either. If you want to be a polyamorous relationship, I don't care. I'm going to still love my family the same. But that's if you're like pulling a Cam Trent and Nita, and it truly is a poly situation. If you are auditioning bitches with clipboards like you own a strip club or a juke joint, and you want to make the bitch be put on a stage, and then you're questioning sex before questioning, have you ever been in a poly relationship before? What do you feel you contribute? What are your expectations? Like, it's okay to have a checklist, but have a checklist of shit that makes sense, not of stuff that's only sexual. So I can understand why Marley's family's not dealing with her because of that. And Marley just wants to be invited to holidays. She feels left out. And I get that feeling. I've gone through that with my own family. However, you want your family to do everything to appease you, but what are you willing to do to make them feel comfortable? It goes both ways. You can't
Yes.
want respect that you're not willing to give. They don't want to see and meet a bitch until they know, like, this is the person you're really going to be with. You're also sitting in limbo, not divorced. So the family probably feels like they got to be loyal to the husband until you figure out if you want him or not, which I think she's still trying to figure out. But the conversation, in my opinion, went well. How do you feel the conversation went with her sister friend?
I don't think it went well at all. I think that she didn't get exactly what she was looking for, which was the acceptance and the okay to come over to the cookout. I think that that's exactly what she was looking for and just didn't get it.
No, I'm not asking if it went well from Marley's perspective. I'm saying I think it went well in general. Like,
Oh,
if anybody judges anything going well based on what one person wants, that's, to me, is not smart. I judge it went well because they both expressed their points. It didn't escalate, and she did agree to at least talk to the family.
oh, okay. I got what you're saying now. Okay. Because I was like, I just felt like she went in there with one thing and then left with, no intimate resolve. Like it was kind of like, okay, well, I'll just talk to them, but I can't really help you. So I don't think I was just kind of looking at it from that perspective. But I think it went as well as it could go. I mean, what can she do? That's the thing. And that was my problem with Trent, Nita, and whatever that lady's name is. I keep forgetting the wife's name. I think that was my problem with them too. It's like y'all want to throw this on people at a convenience of where it is for you. Y'all are not giving people time to process. You're not giving people time to say, okay, let me try to understand this. Y'all were just like, okay, well, here it is. We're throwing it in your face and you just have to accept us now. And it's like, okay, but this is not something that a lot of people can grasp. I'm still trying to grasp what this is. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of felt like with the sister, the family friend, I just think she's just trying to still love her, but then feel like, well, damn, okay, this is not who I've known you to be for all these years.
You can't just change who you are and then get mad that people don't accept it overnight.
Accept you. Yes, exactly.
I feel like a lot of people do this who are in untraditional anything, whether it's LGBTQ or shit like this, just because you are ready to come out and tell people about a lifestyle of dating that they are not used to doesn't mean they're going to accept it. And to expect people to accept a huge change about you just overnight, unrealistic, especially when you're tainting their opinion of you by how you're moving. Like,
exactly.
And the way that she's moving is reckless, irresponsible, and worrisome, honestly. Extremely worrisome. But their talk, I don't think the family's going to budge. I think the family will be open to hearing her. But if Marley can't present any change, what do you expect? Like, you went from being a wife to basically wanting the fuck on everybody. My God, Lord. But after the meeting with her family, she goes and talks to Bree. And this is how I kind of feel like Marley and Bree are full of shit, and both for the camera, because she put them things under her eyes. Yeah, I'm very upset from that meeting. Y'all see these eyes. Okay. We see your eyes. Why are you pointing out and doing and getting props because you're crying? It's not helping. Even when you wasn't crying with a face full of makeup, no shade, Marley, but well, I don't care. I would have felt sorry for this lady if she didn't do shit like that. Like, I get that you're on TV, but stop trying to flex. It comes off as super corny. You could tell that they've never had exposure or been on TV at all. It's very corny. Apparently, she's sad for meeting her sister family friend. Bree asked about it, and Marley painted it as if the lady cussed her out. She was like, she called me a clown. She did not call you a clown, Marley. She did not call you a clown. Just because you heard something you did not want to hear does not mean you were insulted. She was not.
So she was using an example and using it to where she can, because let's be real. What you and Bree are doing is, one, not normal. Mm-hmm. Two, it is very, I keep saying the word predatorial because that's the only word I can think of, because you're not meeting women for the sake of getting to know them and forming a relationship that comes with love, support, and, just a generalizations of respect. Y'all are meeting people to, bring home, to fuck on, and do all kind of shit with. So forgive her for not understanding a sensibility of reality for relationships that we all understand versus what you and Brie are trying to do. So sorry that she couldn't understand that and called it a circus. Sorry. That's what it seemed like to me too.
Well, Lord help us. I'm sorry, I'm looking online. For those who watch Married to Meta, said Dr. Heavenly did an interview and said she was surprised by the lack of support. Hot Mess Express. These people don't know.
I gotta watch that, yeah.
Yeah, Hot Mess Express. It took my whole attention. Somebody sent it to me. But yeah, I do agree with what you said about Marley. I don't like any spouse that encourages you to have friction with your family, even if they're joking. Pay attention to that and don't forget it. Because yes, some people will choose their family over their spouse, which is incorrect in every way of the word. You're supposed to branch off, make your own family, but keep yours. However, to hear that she was called a clown, ask her if she headbutted her, not encourage the family at all, but then also to agree with the family. Because Brie was saying that she agreed with the sister about the fact that Marley should not be calling Brie her wife because she's not married and still married to somebody else. But I don't know. Brie just seems like she's part of the problem. I feel like Brie might also be why Marley and her husband broke up, because they were okay with Brie coming into their situation. And now Brie is with Marley, but Marley's not with her man. So I think Brie is the problem in all of this. She seemed evil. I said what I said, and she scares me. We're going to move forward with these people because honestly, nothing else happened with Marley and Brie, but I wish Marley well with her family. And I hope that she makes a choice that can allow her to live the lifestyle she wants. Because if you're sexual and like sleeping with people, who cares? Just don't broadcast it for all of society and your mama to see. You might get further, Marley. I'm just saying. Like, James don't bring every spouse home to his mama. I didn't bring every boy I dated home to my parents. Like, show the people, the person you're dating, who you actually think you're going to have a shot with, because it is draining for friends and family to have to meet like every spouse, every partner, especially when people say the same things. They get in a relationship. This time it's going to work. Oh, I definitely want to be with this person. We're going to be together forever or whatever the hell. Like, stop draining families, y'all. Just show them who you're serious about. It's that simple. Oh. Tamina and BQ. This is not poly at all. This is insecurity and people who won't break up.
Right. This is very ignorant, and I cannot believe that y'all fell for this WeTV, that y'all fell for this couple who may or may not have, because to me, when she explained it, it didn't seem like poly to me.
No, she doesn't want to get cheated on no more. He wanted the men when he cheat. He's like, yeah, I gotta fuck. What you want me to do? He don't care. And I feel like because of that, she's accepting it, which is crazy. But Tamina's mad that BQ admitted to cheating with one of her friends. I didn't realize this was a friend of hers.
I didn't either.
It's been explained finally. Now I get why she's mad. Because I'm like, how you want something poly, but you're upset he's cheating? If you're okay with being poly, then you're okay with him fucking other people. So what the problem is? But she has explained that BQ had a coworker that she became friends with, very close friends with, and the coworker is the woman who he admitted to sleeping with. It's also a woman he has not let go of. He has been with her, sleeping with her for 4 years, which means it's more than sex, which I don't understand why she's trying to ignore that part. But she wants him to stop sleeping with this person and tells him that she wants to pause on being poly and she wants to go to therapy or they are done. This girl gave more ultimatums in 2 episodes of a brand new show that I have given my husband in 20 years of being together. One ultimatum should work. I remember it was 2017. I got sick of my husband and I ran to Arizona to be around James. And I said, you either get your shit together or when I come back, get the fuck out. He's been right ever since. And I had a great trip. So If somebody cares about you and you give an ultimatum, it'll work.
Yeah, for sure.
But when they don't care about you and there's no love there, it's not going to work. Also, you shouldn't just be giving out ultimatums unless you truly, truly, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, know that you are right and that someone has violated the terms, the discussed terms of your relationship in some way, whether trust or cheating or what else do people go through, or like, because violence and stuff, those are
Violence.
like,
We learn a Heart and Hustle. There's financial abuse. There
mm-hmm.
is, lots of different types. There's, emotional, withdrawing that a lot of men like to do these days, which we don't understand. There is the whole,
They mamas.
mama situations. They're gonna have mama issues that then comes to how they treat you. Then there's the lateral issue. Yeah.
We really just want Tamina to like stop with the ultimatums, because she did it in this episode 4 times. That was one of them. He didn't care. She ran off. I didn't understand it. She ends up calling BQ next day because I guess the way this couple does things is when they get in an argument, they just don't talk the next day. Let me tell you guys this. If you get in an argument with your spouse and the way that you guys get over that argument is just not talking or going your separate ways, your shit's not going to last. You have to be able to work through arguments. You have to have difficult conversations you don't have to want to have. You have to have difficult conversations that are difficult or emotionally charged. You have to go through the bullshit to get to tenderness, as Oso Best would say. You just do. You really do. It's a part of life. So the fact that BQ and Tamina decided after their big argument where she stormed out and left the other lookalike polyamory chick they were interviewing just in a restaurant with her, just for it to go nowhere, just tells me that I don't think this is a couple that even therapy can help. Because therapy only works in relationships, whether you're married or just a couple. It only works if both people, one, believe in therapy, and if both people are actually honest in therapy. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Well,
quite
here's
literally.
the thing. She tried to manipulate her way into staying with him by giving him, polyamory and then a reason for him to then cheat, because that's really what it was. It wasn't, I don't think it had anything to do with polyamory. I think she wanted to give him a reason to cheat where she knew about it and could control the narrative. I think that that's exactly what she wanted to do. The shit backfired because then he started catching feelings for the lady, because that's can happen. Trust me, especially if you and her were similar, as you like to say, because y'all felt
And
like
they work
sisters
together.
and y'all work together. So naturally, if he's reminded of you through this lady, yes, he's going to catch feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that typically works. So, man, the shit blew up in your face and it backfired. And instead of you just going on about your business and go finding somebody else, you wanted to stay with this man.
That's why, honestly, Tamina, I don't feel sorry for her. I actually think they're a mockery of what Polly is. But I also see how childish she can be.
Yes.
Now, his cheating is problematic, but she's not emotionally regulated enough to solve a problem. They go their separate ways when shit goes down and they solve nothing. Then after solving nothing, she calls him and it's like, yeah, well, landlord called. We got 60 days to move out. They're selling the house. I'm like, girl. And he's like, okay, well, I'm about to go to the gym, what I always do. Because what's he supposed to do? You're not going to find a house like overnight. Like, you're telling him at the end of the day, like, he going to figure it out later, okay? Landlords, they sell properties. It does happen. But it was just how she called him after they didn't resolve anything. It was like, yeah, so you need to come home. Girl, just say you want him to come home. Stop trying to use the landlord telling you got 60 days to move as a reason for him not to come home. Him coming home is not going to find you an apartment that night. I know in California, we got to look for the apartment, apply for the apartment, pay the fee for the apartment. Sometimes you got to pay for the credit check, and then you got to wait on an approval, get your move-in date. So it's like, let him go to the gym, relax. Especially if y'all run away from each other after an argument, you should be comfortable with getting space. But he tells her he's going to the gym. And this bitch Tamina said, I got a tracker on his car, so we're going to see if he's really going to the gym. Because, he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. If I have to put a tracker on anybody's car, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to know you. Okay?
Pretty much.
if I have to track someone, I don't trust them. And I think people don't understand that the same way we end a friendship if we can't trust somebody is the same way you should end a relationship if you can't trust somebody. Romantic or friendship, you can't have any type of ship without the trust, y'all. I don't get that. But BQ went to the strip club instead of the gym. He called his drunk friend Paulie. Oh, look, a Paulie amongst Guidos that never gave up. I'm sorry, BQ and his friends, as well as Tamina, it's like watching Ronnie and Sammy if they stayed together and never grew up on Jersey Shore. That's exactly what they're giving. The Guidos that just never grew. But he goes to a strip club with his homeboy. They're having a fun time. Let them be extra handy in that strip club. Usually
They really were. I was confused by that too. I'm glad you said something.
Yeah, I do go to strip clubs from time to time, especially if I'm on a vacation or something. And usually they have like rules. Like if you're a heavy spender, they might do a little more, but they was lifting bitches up, head, faces, and coochie. They was doing the most, but they were having fun. And his friend actually gave him good advice. I was worried about the friend. But his friend seems to be pro Tamina and BQ because drunk as hell or not, his friend was like, oh, Mina loves you though, man. Why would you do that? You just got to talk to her. Like, this is the friend. That's my husband as a friend to his friends because a lot of them are single. If you do go out, like, oh, just talk to the bitch. It's always the married one with sense, but with men, they're not going to do too much. Like females, we will really try to talk our friends out of being stupid. But he said his piece. And he told him, well, then just call her, tell the truth. And before they could get any further, they're trying to enjoy their night. And Tamina walks in, and I was weak because BQ said all of our thoughts. My girl looks like a stripper, so I didn't know it was her at first. That's part of the problem.
Yes, absolutely. Part of the problem. Wait, what are you talking about? Why does she?
Here's the thing. Tamina does dress like a stripper. They both look terrible with all their plastic surgery. And she's driving me crazy with these synthetic ponytails that she keeps putting on her hair. There's a girl in my high school that me and James went to high school with. She was in my grade. Shout out to Jasmine because she does subscribe to my channel. But in high school, she had this ponytail that she used to put on. Okay. And Tamina got the black girl ponytail on her head. She does often dress like a stripper. The stuff she's wearing, I'm like, where do you work that you could dress like this? I'd also like to remind people they live in Long Island. However, New York is only really hot certain times of the year. So I'm like, what do you do in the snow? Do you still put on these outfits? Because it's given that's her wardrobe. But she storms in upset. And BQ, he said, listen, I know she looks small and she seems nice, but she's Pakistani. She will tear this motherfucker up. I said, a black woman, a woman that come from the Middle East, an Asian woman, pretty much any woman that's not colorist, please don't try us and lower your voice when you talk to us, okay? Because if we catch you in some shit, we will rip the motherfucker apart, tear it upside down, put it back together, put you inside of it, and then tear it down again, okay? I'm not surprised. Pakistani women do be going off. I've seen them fight in the parking lot at Walmart in Milpitas. I swear on my life I have. They do not play. So he got her out the club so fast. They get outside and she's pretty much upset that he lied to her about being at the strip club, not that he's at the strip club. Why did you have to blow up his spot? I would have sent a text like, I got your location, bitch. I know where you are. But instead, Tamina had to walk in holding the phone, like, had the strippers laughing at him and some more stuff. I said, not the strippers laughing at him. But they end up arguing. She gave him another ultimatum and he decided to ignore this one to go back in the strip club, and she stormed away from WeTV and screamed at them. How do you feel about this couple before we end this live? Because I just feel like they could have been on Love After Lockup, but maybe not. This is Polly.
I was gonna say, I don't know if they qualify for Love After Lockup, but here's my thing. Once again, this is what you asked for. This is what you get. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel like, to me, I appreciate the friend for trying to make some sense because she does seem like a good woman. if he's been with her all this time and then felt the need to propose to her. But at the same time, you allow way too much shit to go on. He knows you're not serious. He knows that you're going to come back to him. He knows these things because you are too afraid to be without him. And for whatever reason, you will not explain. So therefore, when he goes out to the strip club versus being at the gym where he told you he was going to be, he knows he can lie to you because he's done it the entire time. Nothing has changed. And you keep giving him ultimatums and inches and miles and shit. So he knows to step further. You have to teach men like this that you're not playing, and that may be being without him. Did you ever think about that, Tamina, whatever your name is? Did you ever think about that? Because a lot of you women don't think that. Sometimes the greatest lesson you could teach them is that they could be without you. And if that means they don't get their shit together, then hey, find the next one. I'm sure they come a mile a minute, men like him. So I'm pretty sure you can find you another one. That's all.
They are a mess, y'all. They just stress me out. I have nothing for Tamina or BQ, and neither of them are so cute that they can even deal with. I'm surprised they both grasping people like this, but you know, it's New York. Long Island and Staten Island are just, they look like what's there. That is it for this review, though, beautiful people. We will head over to James's channel. He will be covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. Thank God it's the end. I will not be covering that show after this season ends, but you guys can still support James. I will still be sharing the lives of creators that cover it. A lot of people dropped the show, honestly. But
I may drop it after the first part of Reunion wasn't impressive. So
I know you cover it. Shayna covers it. I don't know too many other creators covering it. Kiwan says she's not next season, but we will always uplift the people covering OWN. It is still a primarily Black network. Terrible shows, but I don't want to waste the time I have on that show.
The viewership, let me say, okay, here, I'll make a deal. Do on Mrs. Best channel, and I'll say it on my channel. If y'all get me 5,000 views and all 5,000 of y'all subscribe to me, I will continue with Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Well, I mean,
I was being.
Are there 5,000 people watching? At this point, I'm trying to figure it out. Hell, but no, the show, he will continue to cover it. I do want to let people know that ahead of time. I will know when he's going live and stuff. I will always be in the comments, but I just can't. But he's going to cover the reunion today, which was okay. He's also going to be covering Heart and Hustle Houston, and Bell Collective, the original series, is back, and he'll have RHOA on Monday. So we will head over to James's channel because I think his live starts at 11:30. But I appreciate everybody
15
for
minutes.
watching. 15 minutes.
My mama keep calling me, so I got to call her back. But I will be on my channel in 15 minutes, y'all. Don't be late. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. But other than that, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you enjoyed what we did, like the video. If you are unsure if you want to subscribe or not, tap in, look at the channel, check out the playlist, what we do, our post, all of that stuff. Other than that, love and light. And we will see y'all next time. Au revoir.